Okay, so in this video now we will allow the player to save the game and also load the game. Okay, select this save area, and to this save area we will be adding a C# script. Let's name this as save glow. Right, drag and drop this script onto it. Now let's open this up, and on this script at the top, first of all we need a reference to the game manager script. So I will type game manager, name this as game manager. Okay, then in the start method, let's actually not make the game manager public. So game manager will be equals to find object of type game manager. Okay, then we will create a on trigger enter method on the script. So whenever the player triggers with the save glow, we're gonna save the game. So in order to do that, first of all we will check if the player collides with it. So we will say further dot game object dot tag equals to player. Okay, so if something that is on the player tag collides with this, then we will call the game manager dot save player method. And on our game manager, for now we don't have the save player method, so we will be creating it right now. Open up the game manager script, and right at the bottom create a public void by the name of save player, and in here type save system dot save player and pass this to it. Okay, so this will basically save our game. Now we need to also create a method for loading the game, but first of all let me click on save system, and right here when we return the data, we will type debug.log loaded, so that we know that the game is loaded. Okay, now back to game manager, let's now create a load player method, and in this load player we will load the data from our player data to our game manager. Right here we are storing the data. Okay, so when we are playing the game we pass the missions, and we also have all the rifles, we set up the position and the player money. Okay, and when we save the game, then all of the data will be passed from our game manager to this variables right here. Okay, and then when we are loading the game, then whatever information is stored inside these variables, we will pass that information from these variables to our game manager variables, which are these ones. Okay, so at the top we will type player data, name it as data. This will be equals to save system dot load player, and when we do that, then the game manager player money will be equals to data dot player money. Okay, and by this data dot player money, this means this integer which is on the player data. Okay, so if $150 is stored in this player money, it will be then passed to the game manager player money. Then the same for the position, so we will create a vector 3 by the name of position. Okay, then let me copy this, paste it right here, and instead of 0 1 we're gonna type position dot x, position dot y, and position dot z, and it will be equals to data dot position. Okay, so data dot position, do it for the y and for the z as well. And then the player game object dot position will be equals to position, and at the top let's create this. So right at the bottom we will say public player game object. This will be of type game object. Okay, and in here we will be passing the, actually it will be of type transform, and in here we will pass the player transform, and then the player transform will be set to the position. Okay, then the pistol prefab will be equals to data dot pistol prefab. Then the same for the AKM prefab. So data dot AKM prefab. Then for the M416 prefab. So this will be equals to data dot M416 prefab. Then for the missions as well, so mission 1 will be equals to data dot mission 1. Mission 2 will be equals to data dot mission 2, and do it for the other as well. So 3, 4, 5. Then name them accordingly. Alright, and that will be it. And right here, instead of XYZ, we need to type position 0, then position 1 and position 2. Okay, since the data dot position right here is a float. Okay, so we need to pass 0, 1, 2. Then get back right here. So this will now save the game. Let's click on game manager and drag and drop the player transform in there. And now let's go ahead and test it out if it saves the game or not. Okay, so here we are. Let's go in there. And when we touch with this, as you can see, it shows saved. Okay, and the game is saved. But let's first of all go ahead and complete our first mission, okay? And after that we will save the game. Okay, so let's complete our first mission. Let's press E, and as you can see our mission 1 is completed. Okay, now save the game again. As you can see, it shows 2, so it means the game is saved again. And now after this, now we will go ahead and create a way in order to load the game. Okay, and guys, remember that our mission 1 is passed. Okay, so whenever now we load the game, the mission 1 should be passed. Okay, now for loading the game, we will have to get back to our main menu, and let's just continue this from our next video.